Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, liking, subscribing, sharing. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you're watching this video, what are you doing? What are you doing? So please hit the subscribe button below and also hit the notification bell. This video is going to be about 10 top things I think everyone should know about their health, which I've put together, and I'm going to make other videos, relating to health and relating to, these 10 things I'm going to list. But I just feel like these top 10 things are very essential and everybody watching this video and everybody around should know about them. So, if you're interested in knowing this, or if you're interested in learning more about what you should know about your health, then please stay tuned to watch this video and let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want everyone to know about their health is your blood type. And this is very important to know because it can help you in different situations and also help you if you're in God forbid, in like an accident or in a position where you are in need of like a blood transfusion and so many other things. And just in general, it's just always good to know your blood type because, it's just good to know your blood type. I never knew my blood type until recently. And when I told my doctor I didn't know, they were like, what? How? So I just thought that everybody should know this. So if you don't know this, then you should make an appointment with your GP or your physician or whatever it's called and wherever you are, and get that information done. Or ask your parents; they probably know what your blood type is. The second thing would be to find out what type of exercise you prefer, because exercising is always important, and as you get older, this is going to be very essential because you need to stay fit. And it's always good to keep your body moving, and you need to find the exact exercise that fits you. Some people like going to the gym, some people like hiking, some people like doing yoga, and so many other things that are available. Martial arts, dancing as well could be your form of exercise. So even if you don't want to do anything too hard, try and figure out one thing that makes you move, that you can do religiously. And I'm someone who goes off and on with what I like, and right now I really like yoga, but I'm going to get back into it. But it's just something you need to try as much as possible to figure out what kind of exercise you like, because I think it's really important. So even if it's walking, I am one person who likes walking or running, and I generally walk a lot. During a day I'm walking almost an hour of my time I'm spent walking, and it's a form of exercise for me. So even if I do other exercises within the week, I still get some form of movement from my body every single day. And I think everybody should figure that out. The third thing I think everyone should know is your family medical history. Some people don't really know that, and I personally have tried to figure out, or tried to ask my family the kind of things that our family members have had, what runs in the family, and that's very important for you to know. So if right now you don't know what is your family medical history, you should try and figure that out. Ask your dad, ask your mom, find out from both sides of their family what they go through. If there's cancer there, or if there's degenerative diseases, there's so many things that you can figure out, and then find out, okay, I need to take precautions so I don't fall into that, because most of these diseases that happen are genetic, if considering looking at family history. So you have a chance of getting it, even if you don't. But it's always good to have it's always good to be very mindful of that and have it in the back of your head. And it's always good to give your doctor that kind of information so they know what kind of treatment works for you. And sometimes you mention, oh, my family has had this in the past, and they know that, okay, this drug can interfere with that, or this drug can make the possibility of this happen to you, blood clots and stuff like that. So it's best for you to know your family history so you prevent things happening, so you prevent things like that from happening to you, if that makes sense. The fourth thing, and I think is very important, is to find out what calms you down when you're stressed. Except for your biological health, I think your mental health and your stability is also important, and it's very important, equally as important. So when you're stressed and you're feeling a little bit out of it, you need to find out one thing that calms you down, or a few other things that you can do daily that calms you down and you can rely on. So if you know that when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, going on a hike calms you down. When you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, meditating calms you down. Know that one thing and practice, and then you're able to say, okay, whenever I'm feeling this way, I'm able to battle that, so I'm able to tackle it. So that's one thing I find that should be very important for anybody to. The fifth thing would be vitamin deficiencies, and I think this is really important because you need to stay healthy. And some people have deficiencies in vitamin this, vitamin that, iron deficiencies. I personally have like low iron, so sometimes I take my iron pills. So it's better for you to know that now, and than for it to like, you know, affect you later on. Some people like take B12 tablets, some people take like so many things, and it's good for you to know what kind of deficiencies you have in relation to vitamins. And it's always good to take your multivitamins every single day, or vitamin C, just to keep you going, you know. Very, very important. The sixth thing to know is that you should know the vaccines you have received from when you were young till now, all through your time. If you have taken any form of vaccination, I feel like everybody should know like what they've taken. You have a list of all the vaccines you've taken, so you know if you need to take it again, or if, you know, if it's offered to you, you can be like, no, I've had this in the past. Some people don't really know any form of vaccines they had, but I believe like majority of people have had vaccinations at some point in their life. So it's better for you to know that history. The seventh thing will be to know how much sleep your body needs. And this is very important because, you know, for you to feel energized and for you to feel like, you know, up for it the next morning, you have to have a good amount of sleep. And for me, I love sleeping, but there's certain times, like if I sleep this amount of time, I feel like really, really tired, or if I, you know, it's always best for you to know the amount of sleep your body needs. And if it's 7 hours, if it's 6 hours, you should try and have that amount of sleep every day. And all those people that say they're really, really, you know, busy and they can't have time to sleep, so try and sleep very, very early. Then if you get home from work at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, have your dinner, do whatever you need to do, and go to bed. Don't spend your time being on Netflix. Don't spend your time on being like, if you know you're going to have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So try and figure out the time to sleep and the time to wake up to get the amount of hours your body needs to rest and recuperate. Because when you're sleeping, a lot of things happen. Your body is, you know, regenerating. There's so many things that are going on in that point of like, you know, at that point in time. So it's best to, you know, have a good amount of sleep. Number 8 is to check your bowel movement and your pee. So some people actually don't do this, but I feel like this is really, 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 really important. So always check like the color of your pee and like your bowel movement as well. If it's something odd or something not normal, then you should definitely see a doctor. If you're peeing and your pee is like really dark or like a very odd color, try and, you know, drink more water to stay hydrated so you can have a lighter pee, because it's not meant to be like really dark. And also just if it's like, if you see like blood or like other things and like, you know, in that, then definitely see a doctor, but always try and monitor that. I think that's an important thing for you to know about your health. The 9th thing would be to breathe right. I have figured out that a lot of us don't really know how to breathe, or don't breathe right, let's put it that way. So through yoga, I've realized that I personally don't know how to breathe properly. So I'm not talking about like just the short and shallow breaths we take like every day, or like, you know, through our life, because I mean we have to breathe to live. I'm talking about like having like a point in time where you take like deep breaths, you monitor your breathing, you know, breathe out, breathe in, you're sure of it. It actually has a lot of benefits, from, you know, improving your stress levels to the health of your heart, to also digestion. So learning about this is very, very important, and I think everybody should, you know, take this to heart and try and, you know, maybe it's 10 minutes of your day, whatever amount of time you want to take, just, you know, take that time. And you can do meditation as well as you do that, because it would help you as well to, you know, clear your mind. And that's something I think is also very helpful for your health. And the last thing I'm going to tell you about what you need to know about your health will be to stay hydrated. And I'm sure every single person talks about staying hydrated, but it is very, very important. Coming from someone who doesn't really like drinking water, or never really liked drinking water, I can see the difference. I try as much as possible to drink a lot of water now, and I've seen like how I'm doing now than I was before when I wasn't drinking water. And right now I'm going like on a like strict like only water, like, you know, cleanse, if that makes any sense. And yeah, it makes me feel better. I feel lighter. I feel like, you know, I'm hydrated. Sometimes you're taking all those like sweet things, sodas and stuff, doesn't really hydrate you, even if it does have some water properties or some water, even if it has water in it, it doesn't do like the job of water. So I think everybody should do that, stay hydrated. So I hope these 10 things I've told you about your health, you take it to the heart and you take it seriously. And also, like, just a quick disclaimer, I'm not trying to say that whatever I've said is very, very like all in all final. It's just what I think is very essential for you to know about your health. And if you beg to differ, write it in the comment section below. Tell me what you think I should have added. Tell me what you think you feel like it's not necessary. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for always liking, subscribing, sharing, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.